89 on up, homies, the show where you gon' get Cali history. It's told with respect and dignity. Spoken by jihad so vividly. He's taking over the industry, giving y'all some download imagery. Damn you, if you ain't hitting them likes, come on, subscribe. Check out the channel and I bet it will make you decide to tune in every chance you get. It's lit, and some of y'all can learn a bit from this gangster shit.
YouTube, what it do, loved ones? You know the motto, if you can, after the story, go over there, hit us with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let us know we kicking our stuff.
YouTube, what it do, loved ones? Welcome to another segment of 89 on up with On the Edge with BJ, APB. And today we got a hell of a piece of content on the legendary, monumental, historical OYGz homie, Big Kre Kre, APB, Athens Park Bloodz. And before I hand the mic over, I want to say thank you, big homie, for your dedication, loyalty, along with your contribution to this Damu thing, P's and B's, for giving us an extra identity to go by and stand by from all powerful blood sets across the globe. OYGz YGz at that time really meant something. Appreciate what the homies came up with because it put the wheels in motion for something big. The love YG shared for one another and smashing for all of us that represented that big bright red colored flag. Shout out to you, your family, your loved ones, children if you have any, and to all the homies and homegirls from APB, Athens Park Bloodz. Also, homie, you can go over there to 8 Million Stories. The big homie got a gang of historical classics over there. Let's run his page up. Even though the homie not here with us physically, but he here with us spiritually. Let's go over there and run 8 Million Stories up. Gain the good content over there. The shootout on Crenshaw, the Nicaragua Crip, Figueroa active, and even the one when the Hoover Crips had a funeral. Man, we gonna miss you, and we gonna celebrate you all across the globe with this Damu thing from the P's to the B's. Salute, one love. Today we on the edge with BJ, APB, that will be narrating this piece of content, Big Kre Kre, APB. BJ, the platform is yours, loved one.
I thank you, bro. I appreciate it. To everyone out there listening, peace and blessings. Thank y'all for coming to the show. Today, it's really a sad day for me to be doing this, but it got to be done, you know, since I'm not being able to be present or at the funeral. But today is the day I tell a story about one of my true homies, one of my mentors in my age group, my homeboy, Big Kre Kre, a.k.a. Mr. Christopher Watts. I first encountered Kre Kre at Vanguard Junior High School back in 1983. When I first met Kre Kre, what got my attention was not only was he little, but the dude had a lion's heart. He never was a cat that you seen starting problems. Kre Kre was like a comedian. He liked to tell jokes, get people to smile. He was friends with everybody, you know. Him and the homie Psych, I'ma say, was two of the most popular homies at Vanguard. Everybody loved them. The women loved them. The homies loved them. Mexicans loved them. Teachers loved them. Everybody liked them. Because both of them was comedians, but at the same time, they were to be taken seriously. Kre Kre always had, whenever you saw him, kind word to say to you. If he saw you going through something, he was always there to try to fix it, you know. If he couldn't fix it with a smile, he tried to physically fix it by giving you a hug or just sitting there to give you the support that you need to get through what you're going through. What also I liked about Kre Kre was, a lot of people don't know that back in those days, we was into pop locking and breakdancing. Kre Kre was involved with a crew of dudes, homies, that was some of the best. And I mean, it's just no lie, everybody know it, that was there. This was the best crew of dancers that you ever meet. It's Kre Kre, Lunatic from Athens, Hot Dog, Westside Pyru, a.k.a. Anthony Bahati, rest in peace, Derek McGee, Villagetown Pyru, a.k.a. Mr. Daddy Longlegs. These dudes took breakdancing to a whole nother level as far as the people we was around. They got this move called flares that you see people in the Olympics do on the pommel horse. Kre Kre and Derek McGee, Daddy Longlegs, the first two people that I ever saw do that. And Derek's brother, Slick, was the first person I ever seen do a head spin with no hands. Like stop and go without using his hands on his head. This made these dudes popular at school. Not only at school, but basically around the world, these dudes travel breakdancing. Tick, on the other hand, was how he got the name because he was the best ticker around there. Tick was so good at ticking that it looked like he was a robot, electrifying. These dudes, a lot of people used to go to Skateland, USA, which was a skating ring / dance hall on the weekend. Skateland is off 135th and Central. We used to go down there to Skateland with a lot of other homies just to see these dudes dance. We went for other reasons, you know, to see girls, meet other homies and stuff too. But the main reason was we wanted to see these dudes dance because these dudes dance style was so electrifying that we'd be mesmerized that somebody could actually do this stuff. Kre Kre, as time went on, became more popular and popular. He got so popular that Crips that started coming to the neighborhood looking for Kre Kre. They wanted to know who he was. But nobody ever knew Kre Kre was Kre Kre because he was the quiet assassin. He was the type of person, like I said, he wasn't a loud mouth. He didn't go nowhere running his mouth for nothing. He wrote on the walls like all of us. He hit up on all his hats. As you'll see on some of the pictures, Kre Kre wore a golf hat with it folded up with his name on it, the hood on it. What made Kre Kre popular was nobody actually knew who he was unless he was a blood. He was a ghost at all times. You never saw him wolfing on nobody or nothing. Yet, people was out to get him because of his reputation. As time went on, Kre Kre, along with Lunatic, Lil Cyclone, Psycho, Dumb Girl, Skull, Egg, Big Nutty, and a couple other homies from different neighborhoods, they was the founders of the YGz. They was the one that came up with the name YG. Kre Kre was one of the original members, one of the first ones, not second, not third, one of the first off the porch with it. Years later, YG is a big old thing now. which some people don't know about. If you ever want to know about it, you can always go to his channel, Kre Kre TV, or Kre Kre, and listen to the story he telling himself, how the word came into origin. Around 1989, Kre Kre began to try to change his lifestyle, from gang member to trying to make something happen for himself and also the community. Kre Kre was apprehended in Oklahoma after he was caught with several birds getting off the train in Oklahoma. Kre Kre was sentenced to the federal penitentiary, I think for like 20-some years. I'm not really for sure how much time. But back then he was sentenced to federal prison. It was there in the federal prison where Kre Kre actually met John Gotti and had conversations with him. He talks about this in his books and on his podcast. Him and John Gotti became friends. And John Gotti took Kre Kre in and gave him a little game before he died. Kre Kre took that game that Gotti gave him, started changing his life, and began to hustle in a different way. Kre Kre hustle became writing books. One of his best sellers was Pyru Love, where he talks about growing up in Compton and being raised around the great Marcus Nunn, a.k.a. Big China Dog, Lucas Park. Kre Kre always looked up to China Dog and the homie Zell, Big Zell, Bruce Zell, rest in peace, APB. These was his mentors coming up. What I liked about Kre Kre the most was Kre Kre is not only famous in our age group, but Kre Kre got to rub elbows with some of the most magnificent Bloodz of our time. Him hanging with Zell and China Dog alone was an honor, because these two young men with some fine, real, original Bloodz. Kre Kre came out of the penitentiary, federal penitentiary, around 2000 or something. I'm not sure what year. Again, Kre Kre fell into the sinkhole of going back to trying to get some money in a legal way. Kre Kre was apprehended again, taken back to federal prison after being out for about a year. After this thing in federal prison, Kre Kre was released again. This time when Kre Kre got out, he finally got it right. Kre Kre got into podcasting and started a podcast called Kre Kre TV. Kre Kre TV was where he told stories about the gangster lifestyle that he lived. When he told these stories, it shocked a lot of people, because a lot of people never knew the face of Kre Kre. When he got on that channel, he started showing his face. Everybody thought Lil Kre Kre was Big Kre Kre. But Lil Kre was just the twin monster that he created that kept his name alive all these years while he was gone. A lot of people didn't know that. But yeah, it was two Kre Kres. It was Big Kre Kre and it was Lil Kre Kre. When he showed his face on podcast, a lot of people were shocked at how small Kre Kre was. Because some people thought Kre Kre was about 7 feet, 300-some pounds of all muscle. But really, Kre Kre was only like 5'6", 150, 160, somewhere in there, maybe 150. Kre Kre started to change his life for the better. He started trying to get into the movie business, so he formed another podcast called Kre Kre. On Kre Kre, Kre Kre would create content and they would reenact scenes to try to get into the movie business, to get people to recognize them. Kre was becoming quite successful. A lot of stars started getting interested in the story. A lot of movie moguls started talking to him. I, too, was supposed to hook up with Kre Kre and do some things off of our past, because me and him had done a lot of things together on the streets as kids. So we were supposed to reenact some things together. But unfortunately, God had another plan for Kre Kre. God stepped in and told Kre Kre time to come home and guard the gate because he needed some more bodyguards. September 23rd, 2025, Mr. Kre Kre was brought home. This stung the whole community because nobody saw this coming. It was just all so sudden. Kre Kre gonna be greatly missed by all of us. Not only us, but the fans that he created, all the little children that he greeted and helped out at the park. Kre Kre was also a mentor to a lot of kids at the park, teaching them how to play football, investing his money in them. Whatever he made some extra money, he always gave to the kids. You know, he always took kids to the ice cream truck, done everything he could for them. Kre Kre was a loving person, man. He was really a good dude, man, and I'm truly gonna miss him. I hate to be telling a story about him because I wish he could tell his own story. I remember the last time I talked to him, I asked him, did he get the picture I sent him? The first thing he said was, "See, yeah, I got it." I said, "Man, you looking good too, homie." He said, "I'm glad and proud of you, man." He said, "You keeping yourself up, man. So I see you still got them together." I was like, "Got them together? Who?" I was like, "My mom's in them." I was like, "Mom's in them?" He like, "No. Like them butt cheeks, nigga." I couldn't do nothing but laugh, man. Like, this motherfucker still got these goddamn jokes all these years later. You know, Kre Kre, man, what his work, bro. I wish you was here so I could have told you I love you, homie. Sometimes we don't never get to tell people how we really feel about them. We just enjoy the moment. But for y'all out there listening to this, y'all care about somebody from this day forward, make sure you tell them you love them, because we never know what tomorrow holds. Tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. You know, one day we here, next minute we gone. If it was up to me, Kre Kre have a statue somewhere in the hood, but specifically on Cook Street. I would put it right on the corner at the car wash. Make sure everybody, when they come get their car washed, they would see him again. Because that's the type of person he was. He deserved that. You know what I mean? That's the paradise, homie. We love you, homie. Never be forgotten, homie. Mr. Christopher Watts, a.k.a. Big Kre Kre, the Magnificent One. I hope y'all enjoyed this story. Those people that want to make donations, you know, y'all can't find his family, y'all can go to Mama Boo channel, make donations to Mama Boo. Mama Boo will make sure his family get it. Thank y'all for listening. I'm out.
On up, homies, the show where you gon' get Cali history. It's told with respect and dignity. Spoken by jihad so vividly. He's taking over the industry, giving y'all some download imagery. Damn you, if you ain't hitting them likes, come on, subscribe. Check out the channel and I bet it will make you decide to tune in every chance you get. It's lit, and some of y'all can learn a bit from this gangster shit.
YouTube, what it do, loved ones, you know the motto. If you can, after the story, go over there, hit us with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let us know we kicking our stuff.